Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is basic geometry lesson number 5, angles formed by two parallel lines and a transversal. First of all, I will show you the railway tracks. This is pair of railway tracks. What you can think about this? This is another picture of railway track. Here you can see these are two blue lines. By this, what you can think about? These two lines are parallel lines because these two lines never intersect or cross each other. Such lines like railway tracks are called parallel line. So when two lines laying on the same plane and do not intersect, such lines are known as parallel line. Now this is definition of parallel line. Again the same. The two lines that are stretched into infinity and still never intersect are called coplanar lines, and also we can say these lines are parallel. The symbol for parallel to is this. Here you can see this is the symbol of parallel line. We can show by this symbol that two lines are parallel. Here this is one line, that is AB, and other line, that is CD. These two lines are parallel, so we can symbolically write it as, you can see in the box here, AB is parallel to CD, means that AB is parallel to CD. And we can represent parallel lines by arrowheads. Sometimes these arrowheads are single and sometimes we put double arrowheads. You can see here, this is the first pair of parallel lines. I indicate by this arrowhead that these two lines are parallel. By this we can identify that these two lines are parallel. Here there is one more set of parallel lines. I put two arrowheads here. These arrowheads shows the direction of lines, and also this that these three lines are said to be parallel. Now I will tell you about the transversal. What is the transversal? Transversal is the line which is crossing the two parallel lines. You can see here this is line AB and this is another line, that is CD. These two lines are parallel, and the third line which crosses these two lines is called transversal. Here you can see the third line, and this is basically the transversal. If we draw transversal, many angles are formed. So now I will tell you about the angles formed by transversal and parallel lines. Here you can see the diagram with two parallel lines and a transversal. When a transversal crosses two parallel lines, 8 angles are formed. There are three main types of the angles. First type of angle is alternate angle. You can see here angle C and angle E are alternate angles, and you have to find the other alternate angles in the diagram. You can see this is angle C here in the diagram, and this one is E. So C and E are alternate angles. The second type of angle is corresponding angles. So F and B are called corresponding angles. You can see in the diagram this is B and this one is F. So F and B are corresponding angle, and you have to name other corresponding angles in the diagram. The third type of angle is internal angles. Internal angles are here E and B. You can see this is angle E and this one is angle B. So angle B and angle E are interior angles, or you may say internal angles, and you have to name the other internal angles in this diagram. Most important thing here, this is more easy for you to identify the angle by three letters F, Z and C. The letter F shows corresponding angles. If parallel lines are like F, you can see here this is a line and other line, these two lines are parallel and these are like F now. So the angles making with F are called corresponding angle. You can see here the second angle. So these two angles, such type of angles are called corresponding angles, and these two are parallel line, and third one is the transversal. And these parallel lines are like F. So you have to remember this. The letter F shows the corresponding angles like this. The other letter is Z. Z shows alternate angles. Parallel lines like Z, you can say this is parallel line, this is another parallel line, and this is the third line. By drawing this line, that is called basically transversal, and the upper line and the lower line are the parallel lines, and the angles forms in Z are called alternate angles like this angle and this one. These two angles are called alternate angles. And the third letter is C. The parallel lines like C, you can see here, this is one line, this is another parallel line, and this third line is basically transversal. The angle formed in C like this. This is the first angle in C and the second angle here. Now these two angles are called interior angles or internal angles. And remember this, the sum of these two interior angle is always equals to 180 degree. I hope you learned a lot about internal angles, corresponding angles and alternate angles. So these are the practice questions for you people. The reference book is D1. You have to solve all these questions from your book, from Practice Now and from exercise 10B. In next lesson, number 6, we study how we measure and draw angles.